y'all, that almost took me into the holies of holies, because oh my Lord, my worship is for real. Let's say some pleasantries. Good afternoon, living for me 75. Good afternoon, baby steps budgeter 7827. Good afternoon, Symmetry. Thanks for joining the live. Thanks for coming in. You guys, I wanted to do a quick 1-2, but I don't think it's going to be all that quick. I wanted to talk about the election results, and let's just do a midweek check-in. I really think that yesterday America set a standard. I think they actually set a standard, and I am grateful to wake up and say that I am an American. I am grateful to say that I encouraged others to vote. I am grateful to say Symmetry encouraged others to vote, living for me. I am grateful to say that everyone encouraged someone else to vote on yesterday. The voting turnout was great, and I believe the people spoke on yesterday. So we're gonna get down in here. We're gonna go through some of the election results. Hello, Miss AKA. Thanks for joining the live. So first of all, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. My name is LadyRo, and over here we talk about everything. We talk about reality TV. We talk about current events, travel. We talk about politics, a little bit of politics. We talk about things that affect everyday citizens. And then on Saturday, we have what we call our Saturday morning scoop, which is something where we dive into a little bit of everything. So please like, share, and subscribe, and you will be able to see all of that content when I bring it to you. You said Detroit elected its first female mayor. Come on now, Detroit. You better go. You better go. Fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under U.S. copyright fair use section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Today we will be doing some commentary, some criticism, some news reporting, and some education. Y'all, I woke up with a scratchy throat and a cough that is crazy. I finally gotten the cough to kind of calm down, but I have some tea that is almost gone, and I got a bottle of water here. So I'm going to be drinking water and drinking tea, trying to keep all of this under subjection. Amen. Trying to make these sinuses act right. Luckily, I have a physician who actually, when I travel, she gives me a Z-Pack. So I had extra Z-Pack here because I believe this is nothing more than sinusitis. Anywho, before I get started, last night we were in Miss Wanda's live, and she spoke on some things, and I wanted to address on some of those things. She was talking about, I only want to address on one thing. I don't want to address on a lot of stuff. There's one thing I want to address. Was that when you purchase Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Coach, Dooney, some of the bags, not all the bags, some of those bags come with dust bags, but a dust bag doesn't mean that it's authentic, because you can get a dust bag on Amazon. So we just gonna put that out there. But I will tell you what shows authenticity. This is one of the things. Can I get it here? This is one of the things that shows authenticity. This is one of them. This is another one. I have several Louis. These are the two that I could find that were close by, because I keep them kind of set up. This is also an authentic Louis. Let me take this background up, because child, it is not going to let me be great. It's just not going to let me be great right now. So let's just, change that, because my walls are white anyway. This is also one of the boxes that, this is our authentic Louis. I bought this at the Louis store. It swings out. It has a dust bag inside. Inside of that dust bag is a purse. It is a purse. I'll just show you the tip of it, because I'm not going to dig all my purses out. I'll put that back on the shelf where it goes. I have this one, y'all. It has traveled all the way from Paris to America, but this is one of my bigger Louis. It also has a dust bag, but it also came with, again, like I said, they come with these. This is your thing of authenticity. Y'all, this box is, when I say worn, it is worn. But but I don't carry this bag at all. I can't tell you the last time I pulled this bad boy out of the closet. I'm gonna tell you something. When you purchase purses, Louis, Coach, anything of value, Louis, they hold their retail value. And one of the things, this is an artsy. This is the bag. I bought this in Paris. I probably carried it maybe 4 or 5 times. Let me see if I can find the ticket of authenticity that shows you that these are real. Now, there's a lot of people walk around with fake. And when you are a connoisseur of the real, you can spot the fake, right? I always forget where the authenticity is on here. It's inside one of these inside pockets. But I'm gonna tell you this. This bad boy came from Paris. It came from Paris. And guess what? You can send it to your niece. Right? It came from Paris. Actually got, this is one of the receipts, because in Paris, when you buy over there at their Louis Vuittons, you actually get a refund on your taxes. So that is one. I'm still, look, I know it's a where the label is, because everyone had the label is in a different place. I want to say this one is inside of a pocket, but y'all ain't gonna dig in it. But this bad boy is real. It's real. I hadn't carried it in probably about 2 years, but it's real. It actually came from Paris. I don't go around bragging, but baby, I have the things. I have the things. Mr. Rowe has made sure that I am okay. This one as well. Baby, this is how they packaged them. There ain't nothing over here fake. This is how Louis come. It comes in a dust bag, and this is a Speedy 35. Okay, this is a Speedy. Child. Stop letting people play on y'all tops. Stop letting people get out here and show y'all stuff that ain't real. Don't let them do that. A dust bag does not constitute realness. What constitutes realness is a serial number that is inside of the bags, and they come with one of these bad boys. They say, I paid for it, and if I got an issue, I'm going to take it right on back over there to the Louis Vuitton store down the road, and I'm going to say, hey, baby, I bought this. I paid X amount of dollars. One thing about having authentic Louis is that every year they gain money. They don't. This right here is an investment, right? My artsy is an investment. If something happens to me, my children, the reason why I didn't pull this one out the bag, because this one has my initials on it. I don't need nobody knowing my initials, because y'all already too nosy down here. But when I tell you, because I have my little one is it comes with 3 different pieces. It comes with 2 wallets, and inside of this one, I had this one monogrammed as well, but this one is monogrammed on the outside. So when I pull it out, you can actually see the monogram. But I have already told my children where these are supposed to go when I pass on to see the Lord. Who can get what? My daughter goes, you think I want something with your initials on? I bet if you don't want it, you'll sell it. I guarantee you that. And you will make more money from it. That RC is already increased in value by over $1,000. So I'm telling you, make sure when you buy things like these are investments. Keep them. Keep your letter of authenticity. Like I told you, I have all of these, and they all have a letter that goes with them. A dust bag does not constitute authenticity at all. A serial number and a receipt. That is what constitutes authenticity. And none of these came from Canal Street in New York, or they didn't come, they came from the Louis store. The Louis store. The Louis store. And this one is thick because that one came from Paris. All right. Anywho, I just wanted to say that to kind of just back on Miss Wanda. When she was talking about Louis, she pulled out that big old bag. Well, I guess I'm not getting, I have to ask my husband, and I guarantee you he's not going to agree with me giving it away because we paid good money. And not only that, that big one had to come through customs because we brought it out of Paris. So he may have something to say. Now, we can get some money for it. As he tells me, everything got a price. So we might be able to do it that way. Other than that, I probably won't be getting rid of any of those things. Anywho, let's speak. Where we at? That wasn't shade, y'all. I was just letting everybody know how authentic things come, so you could always be ready for it. If you buy it, again, like I said, purchasing a Louis Vuitton is an investment because you can always resell your Louis. Either you can get its value that you paid, or you can get over the value. It depends on if it is a rare one, if it's a bag that is no longer being offered. The speedies are always being offered, so you're probably just gonna get face value for a speedy. My little one, let's see, I think I paid this little one, I think 14 for it. I think I paid 14 for it. But this one here, I don't know if they have different sizes of small ones, but I really love this one. My niece has a couple of them. She got them in all the colors, the reds, the blacks, all the colors. It comes with this here wallet. As you see, I have it backwards because it is monogrammed. But child, when I tell you, oh, I got stuff in here I need to take care of. I always had these wallets put up that have money in them and stuff. Child, go through this when I get done. Anywho, and it comes with another wallet that is a zip up, and I think it's probably sitting in my closet somewhere. I'm not sure. I think it's sitting on top of my dresser drawers in my closet. But anywho, let's move. CY Michelle, hello. Thanks for joining the live. Thank you, living for me. I try to be petty. Who's petty? That would be me. I real petty. I real petty. You can send it to your niece in Alabama since she's not using it. Okay, all right. But you know what? We can make something happen. Even if you don't get that, we can make something happen. Hey, Pretty Riri Speaks. I hope you're feeling well today. Good afternoon, Michelle. Good afternoon, Michelle. Good afternoon, Lady B, 1975. It looks real, baby. It is real. It ain't just looking at it. It is. It is. Like I said, when you purchase a Louis Vuitton, you should be looking for an investment, something that if something happens and you ever need a quick grab of money, that is something you can always get some money out of. So it's not just a purchase, it's always an investment. Sounds like this diamond ring I have on. Exactly. Diamonds, gold, they are all an investment. I remember back in the day when they were going around buying buying gold, there was a big push to like sell your broken gold, but we didn't know at the time that they were buying gold for pennies on the dollar, because eventually now how much gold is expensive. I have a friend every Friday when he closes down his little business, and he'll say little business, his business, because he got a big business. He goes and purchases gold every single Friday. He purchases an ounce of gold, and he has it stacked up for his granddaughter for when he passes on. I'm telling you, you've got to make those investments. Okay, Michelle, you be careful out there driving. You Skeeter, Well, if I get something, not getting it. No, probably not that one. But like I said, see, Michelle, we might be able to make it happen. We might be able to make it. Not these. We may be able to make other ones happen. Because we can always, I'm telling you, girl, we can find us some out here. We can find some real ones out here. For real. She pulled out her Brahmin bag. Baby, that bag was gorgeous. I love that bag. I think I only have one, and it's a crossbody. And girl, I don't know if it's good. I got so many bags. I got in my closet, at the top of my closet, I have these big boxes, crate like things, and they're full of bags. Used to be I just purchased Coach. So I probably have a Coach in every single color. Now I'm in the K Spade. So I have K Spades everywhere. Babe, my husband like, don't you buy now another purse. Girl, you ain't telling me what to do. My baby LadyRo sees Michelle living for me. Lady B rock the house on ski. Oh, hey, Sparkle. I was like, who's that saying all that? Hey, Sparkle. How you doing? Sidebar, where should I go for financial advice? The bank or the credit union? Probably the credit union. Because believe it or not, banks are there to make money. They are there to make money. Go to the credit union, child. Go on to the credit union. And if you're going to invest money, if you're going to put some money up, if you're going to bank with the credit union. I bank with two big banks, Chase and Bank of America. And then I have Navy Fed. Navy Fed is where I utilize things. When I say things, I utilize things that Navy Fed offers, because they offer, if you want to purchase a car, their interest rates are always going to be better. Not only that, I have a 750 credit. I have a 750 plus credit score. So when you have those type of things, you will always get the better deals on your interest rates. So you always want to go with who's going to give you the better interest rates. I'm gonna tell you something. Excuse me, y'all. When I tell you my sinuses are acting a fool. When I we're talking about elections and other things, but one thing I want to mention is that a friend of mine told me this years ago, probably at least 20 years ago. We were talking, and she said, "Do you know the power that it feels to be able to go somewhere, and all you have to do is sign your name on a dotted line, and you're able to get what you want?" So I was like, where's this story going? She just started talking out of the blue. So I was like, what? And she said, just imagine your credit is your name. Keep your name good. That has always sat in the back of my mind. Always, to be able to go to a store and be able to buy whatever you want to, be able to fill out a credit application and not even concerned if it's gonna pass or not, because you already know your credit's great. So those are things I have pride in myself on. And I'm not saying that to make anybody feel better or feel less. I'm just saying, to be able to go somewhere and sign your name on a piece of paper and walk out the door is a feeling that is unexplainable. To be able to go to a car dealership and already know what you're going to buy, know your purchasing power, and say, I'm not dealing with that. I don't want that. I went to the Lexus dealership, y'all, because I was thinking about getting a new car. I've been doing this probably every year, and I walk away and decide I don't want a new car because I don't have a car number. So I went to the dealership, looked at this car, and so I told this guy, this is what I want. I told him exactly what I wanted. And I was going to trade in my old Lexus. And the guy says, well, you have to get your windows tinted here. It is a requirement. A requirement. So he said, let me tell you, this man almost had a deal. I had almost signed the paper. He said, it's a requirement. I said, you cannot make me purchase, the windows are not tinted on the car. So you cannot make me purchase tinted windows through you. He said, it's a requirement. He said, so you're going to let the tinted windows break this deal? No, you're letting it break the deal. Not me. You're letting it break the deal. Child, I got in my old Lexus and drove on back home, because guess what? I have a title to that bad boy. She is paid for. Bertha is paid for. Miss Pearl is paid for. I call her Big Bertha or Miss Pearl. Miss Pearl is paid for. So I don't have to worry about nobody coming here picking up Miss Pearl and driving off, because she's taken care of. My issue is if you want to make the deal, then you make the deal. I've decided from that point on, I wasn't trading no car. I don't trade in no more cars at all. I bought a car since then, and I ain't trading no car to buy it. I just bought the car. Because why? They're going to give you less on your money. So just know what you want when you get to the dealership, and talk crazy to the people. I'm telling you, you call somebody on the phone and let them help you talk crazy to them. One time I was on the phone with my brother, and the salesman said, who are you talking to? And I was like, I'm talking to my financial advisor. And the guy was like, well, I'm trying to make a deal with you. I said, my financial advisor said that's not a deal. And it was my brother. My brother actually, all three of them have schooled me, brother-in-law too, on what to do, what to say when you get to the dealership. The last two cars I bought, when I got to the dealership, I already had financing. I need to test drive that car. They bring the car around. Do you like it? Yes. Let's take you to, I don't want to go to the business office. I already have financing. Call this number and get the paperwork together. I'll be back in an hour to sign it. And that's the way I purchase cars, the last two cars. And guess what? It works for me. And I totally enjoy it. I get fussed out for just buying Canvas Beauty. LOL. What you think I hear about my real girl? I can't imagine, because I already know. I already know. This bad boy right here, I snuck. This right here, I snuck it in the house. It sat in my car for about 2 or 3 weeks, because he'd be like, you don't need another bag. Look at all these purses. And then a couple weeks ago, he's like, you need to get rid of some of this. You got way too many purses up here. Oh, okay. As I be saying, oh, okay, all right, love you, child. The lies you tell. I always take mine away from the dealership to get the windows tinted. Me too. Girl, I have never gotten windows tinted at the dealership, because the dealership is only going to tint to whatever their specs that they want, or whatever they feel like this whatever the state says. But you take it somewhere else, they're going to do it the way you want it, regardless if it's too deep, whatever. You're the one going to get the ticket. Child, honey, when I tell you I drove out from Park Place Lexus because of that very reason, drove right out the lot. My daughter was there with me. She went with me. Child, please, I drove off. You see, every car that I drive off with, I leave with no down payment. I'd be like, come again, me giving you that at all. It may change it $5. And if that, child, you don't need no down payment for what? Down payment for what? For what? What we down payment on? So you can put some money in your pocket? No, thank you. Let the bank put some money in your pocket, child. And I'm gonna tell you this. It is a dealership here that will charge you extra if you bring in your own financing. They don't get my business either. I don't care what they selling. I don't care what they selling. Some years ago, my daughter bought a Hyundai. I co-signed for her to get the Hyundai. And baby, them people said, after they sold to another company, that company has a horrible reputation in the community. So I guess about 3 years ago, they called me because the car I had the credit. She didn't have any credit at that time. So they called me because my name is first. And they're, hey, LadyRo, we see that you have a so-and-so Hyundai. We want to know if you want to trade it in. And I was like, who is this? And they told me the name of the dealership. I said, I ain't bought no car from you. And they were like, oh, we changed names from this to us. And I said, oh, I would never buy a car from you. Never. And you know what? The crazy part is they keep popping up around the city. This company, this actual dealership, they do in-house financing. So what they do is they put kill switches on the cars for these people who buy cars. And if you drive the car and you ain't paid your payment to them, they just cut your car off. They charge you excesses of $35,000 to $4,000 to wash their car before they sell it to you. Just crazy stuff. If you go through their BBB reviews, or you go on their website and the people that complain, oh, it is horrible. I would never purchase a car through them. Never. I learned the hard way when I got my first car. I got the pre-approval from my credit union, but once I got to the dealership, they said to use their lender. Always say, no, thank you. I've already taken care of this. You can't beat their prices. Because here's the thing. No finance company through a dealership is going to beat what your credit union has. I'm just going to be very honest. They're not going to beat it. So never let them pull your credit again, because that is another hard inquiry, right? So your credit union's already pulled a hard inquiry. Now they pulled a hard inquiry. Now you got 2 hard inquiries, which is going to drop your credit score. Girl, don't let them people fool you. Say, no, thank you. No, thank you. You said I should have walked away. You should have. You should have walked away when they said that, because if you went in with your financing, you were already set to purchase with whatever you wanted. Whatever it looked like, you were already set to purchase whatever you wanted. Baby, when I tell you Navy Fed is probably sick of me, because every single year I go and I apply for a car loan and they give you 90 days to purchase a car. Child, I done had 2 of them expire for the last 2 years, because I get to these dealerships and decide I don't want a car note. I don't want no car note. I don't even know if I want a new car. Baby, I am okay driving my cars, or both of them. I had 3, but Lord, the couple weeks ago, someone decided they wanted to destroy one by running into the rear of it. But yeah, the insurance paid that one off. Paid me for that one, because it was paid for as well. And they paid more than what the sticker price was when it was purchased. And it was purchased brand new. So child, we ain't worried about no new car around here. Not around here. Not around here. We take them old cars over there and get them fixed wherever they need to be at. LOL, my husband does the same thing. I am constantly telling him to mind exactly symmetry. Mind your business. My sister left the dealership because they wanted to play games. She went to another dealership, bought the Range, and went back to the previous. Baby, that's petty, but it's my type of petty. I love it. I love it. Honda got slick. They tint them before you buy the car. Okay. That's fine. But if I go to a car and the windows are not tinted, you cannot make me purchase tint. You cannot give me an extra charge on the bottom line and say, we will tint the windows before you can drive off in the car. That ain't gonna happen. That is not gonna happen, baby. I'm sorry. Hey, Ollie Unity. Thanks for joining the live. You said my husband will remove with no problem. Girl, let me tell you something. I remember back in 2005, I bought this brand new Ford Expedition. I was so proud of my car. And so I went over to my brother's house. It had all the bells and the whistles. You push a button, the gas pedal and the brake pedal come to you. And, I'm not very tall, so it would come to you to see. When I say it had all the bells, it had outside, keypad, all the things. So I took it over to my brother, who loves cars. My brother came out and he looked at it and he was like, oh, LadyRo, I love it. I said, thank you, big bro. I had to come show it to you, make sure that it passed your test, because I know you be kind of, you got something to say about everything I buy. He said, I have one problem. I said, what's that? We don't advertise for no car dealerships. But when I went in and talked to my sister-in-law. I've been in there for a few minutes. When I came back out to my car, my brother had removed the name of the dealership and was wiping it off with goof off. Baby, couldn't even tell where it be. He said, we don't advertise, baby, we don't advertise for no cars. Next time you purchase a car, make sure you tell them to remove that off the car before you drive it out the lot. When I tell you, my brothers have taught me the game, baby, they have taught me the game. You said I only use my credit union, nothing else. And that is a good thing living for me. Hey, that's me, AD. Thanks for joining. You said I need my car to last like yours. I want to be like you. I'm gonna tell you a car that will last. I'm gonna tell y'all may not believe me. Y'all may not believe me, but Toyotas and Lexuses are cars that are just built to last. Hondas built to last. It's something about Japanese engineered cars. They're just built to last. I'm just being honest. They are just built to last. I don't know why. Talk to people who have Toyotas, talk to people who have Hondas. They will tell you the same thing. Honda, Acuras, they are the same thing. One's an upper scale. Toyota, Lexus. Lexus is just a luxury brand of Toyota. But I'm telling you this, that Lexus is sitting out here in his driveway. Baby, that bad boy is a bad boy. Miss Pearl go anywhere I want her to go. Do you hear me? When I push the button and say start and stop, she crank up on all cylinders. And she got about 169,000. No. She got 200 on the odometer. 200 plus on the odometer. And I've gotten tune-up once. I changed the tires every couple of years. Brakes, child, please. Ain't knock on wood, where's some wood? I ain't had no major problems out of Pearl. Ain't had no major problems out of Pearl. None whatsoever. Anywho, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Just know that if you buy Louis Vuitton, it's investment. So it's okay to buy the real thing. Make a little sacrifice. Buy the real thing, because you can always sell it. If you run into in between a rock and a hard place, you can always sell it. Let's do my smell of the day. My smell of today is Canvas. Yes, Canvas Beauty. I have on the Body Glaze Strawberry Shortcake. Can you see that I am wearing this, as well as this is the perfume. I find that when I layer, oh Lord, I told you this background just won't let me be great. I find that when I layer Canvas Beauty, it does last. This is the Strawberry Shortcake perfume. And I love the smell of strawberries. I even love it in my car. Cherries and strawberries are gonna be two smells I love. I love the smell of figs too as well. So those are two things that I love to smell. So that is the smell of the day. It is Canvas Beauty's Strawberry Shortcake by her Body Glaze, and then layered with her perfume. You said yes, those are the only cars that we buy Toyota 100 products. And you know what? You're getting more value out of your money. They hold their retail value, and the cars last. It's just something about those Japanese engineered cars. They just do. Sorry. All right, y'all. Let's get into the election results. Girl, I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart, y'all. I have a little sinus infection that's caused me to have a little headache, a lot of drainage, and a bunch of coughing. So pray my way through. A to the man. So last night, baby, when I tell you that the people showed up yesterday, people showed up to the polls. They voted, and America made a statement on last night. Even I had Living for Me inboxing me. She goes, I don't think they're having anything in my county. Girl, I Googled it and it said the election, but I couldn't see the ballot because, of course, I'm not registered in that state. But she went to the polls, and I appreciate Living for Me for even taking the opportunity to drive there and check to see if there was anything that she needed to vote on. They did not have anything that she needed to vote on, but I appreciate her for even going there, because she was vigilant about making sure that if they did have something she needed to vote on, that she was there to vote. Pretty Riri Speaks says Toyota, and she said yes indeed, yes. So I know she's behind a little bit on it, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Where we're going to start at. Let's go to the election results from the Associated Press. Shout out to the Associated Press on the election results of the 2025 general election. Virginia, baby, Virginia showed they rear ends last night. Do you hear me? Virginia showed their rear ends last night, and they elected Abigail Spanberger as their next governor. She beat out Winsome Earl Sears. You know Winsome. We did a whole live on Winsome where she was spazzing out and doing her thing over there. So we're thankful that Abigail will be taking the seat as governor of Virginia. She is a Democrat, as you can see right there. New Jersey governor. Estimated 95% of the votes have been counted, and they elected a new governor by the name of Mikey Sherrill. He beat out Jack Contrinelli. 56.2%. New York mayor, baby, this one right here. The people was upset about. They was angry. What do you mean you said? I want them red heifers out. Exactly, living for me. What's her name, LadyRo? Who, the car? Baby, the car's name is Pearl, cause she pearly white. Let me tell you, this dude ran to the back of my Lexus some years back. I was sitting in traffic just like before, but he didn't hit me quite as hard. He just kind of scratched up my bumper. So I took the car to a body shop where I know the body shop owner anyway. So he was like, I had to special order the color of your car, the paint for your car, because your car has it's a pearl white color, right? He said, but that color for Lexus is a specialized color. He said, so I had to, it costs a little bit more. So I don't care. They paying for it anyway. So anywho, that was when I started calling her Pearl. Plus she white girl. So I call her Miss Pearl. That's the name of my Lexus, Miss Pearl. So Zoran Mamadani actually won the New York City mayor's race. Andrew Cuomo, he's originally a Republican, but he ran under, I think, an independent. He got 41.6%, which is a clear sign that they don't want you to be their mayor. Anywho, Curtis Silwa, GOP, he was a Republican. He got 7.1%. So the Republicans lost that pretty bad on yesterday when it came to that GOP race. They just actually did not take very much home with them. Let's talk about this California Proposal 50. The amendment would authorize new congressional district boundaries drawn by the Democratic-led state legislature, beginning with the 2026 elections. And guess what California did? They voted yes. Look at these numbers. 5,154,529 people, 63.8% voted to approve this amendment. Baby, when I tell you California did they thug thizzle yesterday, come on, Calawacky. You did your thug thizzle. Let's go on over here we're going to go back to the Associate Press. But there's some things I want to show y'all about. I'm a fan of Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom spent the day over there on the X yesterday. He was trolling just a little bit. But let's watch what Gavin had to say last night during the election results. Let's see if we can get it to play.
Well, good evening, everybody. And let me underscore, it's been a good evening for everybody, not just the Democratic Party. But what a night for the Democratic Party. A party that is in its ascendancy. A party that's on its toes, no longer on its heels, from coast to coast, sea to shining sea. But it was not just a victory tonight for the Democratic Party, it was a victory for the United States of America, for the people of this country and the principles that our founding fathers lived and died for. And so we're proud. We're proud here in California to be part of this narrative this evening. We're proud of the work that the people of the state of California did tonight to send a powerful message to an historic president.
Baby, y'all see his wife? Baby, she is all smiles, all ears. Baby, she is ready to be the first lady of the United States of America. Look at that face, baby. She is ready to be the first lady. Come on, Galvin. Come on.
Donald Trump is an historic president. He is the most historically unpopular president in modern history. In every critical category, Donald Trump is underwater. He promised to make us healthier. He promised to make us wealthier. We're sicker and poorer. And he fundamentally understands that. Why?
Y'all hear those words? We're sicker and poor. Y'all know that they still have a hold on the food stamps. SNAP benefits have not been released as of yet. Sad, sad, sad.
Why else would he call Greg Abbott saying he's entitled to 5 seats? Why else is he trying to rig the midterm elections before one single vote is even cast? He understands his position at this moment in the United States of America. One thing he never counted on, though, was the state of California. Instead of agonizing.
One thing he didn't count on was the state of California. He has talked really, really bad about California. But guess what? California and their economy has funded a lot of the red states. A lot of the red states. Texas has managed to pretty much hold its own, but we have Mississippi, we have Arkansas, we have Louisiana, we have some of the poorest red states, Oklahoma, that Missouri, that depend upon the funding that comes trickling down out of California that goes into the federal government to live. Let's get on back over here to Galvin.
Over the state of our nation, we organized in an unprecedented way in a 90-day sprint. People from all over the United States of America contributed their voices and their support for this initiative. We stood tall and we stood firm in response to Donald Trump's recklessness. And tonight, after poking the bear, this bear roared with an unprecedented turnout in a special election with an extraordinary result.
You know what's ironic is California actually has a bear on their flag, the California Republic. And baby, him saying that the bear, he poked the bear and the bear roared. Oh my goodness. Come on, Galvin. Come on, Galvin Newsom.
None of us, however, are naive. This is a pattern. This is a practice. Donald Trump's efforts to rig the midterm election continue to this day. And I'll reinforce that in just a moment. You're seeing him take action all across this country, not just in Texas. You saw what they were successful able to do in Missouri, what they did in North Carolina, what they're trying to do in Indiana, and inevitably in Florida. They are not screwing around. In June of this year, we saw 4,000 National Guard federalized in the state of California. We saw 700 active duty Marines not sent overseas, but sent to the second largest city in the United States of America to militarize our streets. We said in June this was a preview of things to come. What more evidence do you need than what happened in Washington, D.C., what's happening up in Portland, cities like Chicago? When we kicked off this campaign, just 90 or so days ago in Little Tokyo, in Southern California, in LA, at the Democracy Center, Donald Trump sent Greg Bovino. He sent his private police force that increasingly appears to have taken an oath of office to Donald Trump, not to the Constitution of the United States. He sent them to our kickoff rally to chill free expression, to chill free speech, to intimidate people from participating. Just today, in Los Angeles, Donald Trump called up the Border Patrol, sent them to Dodger Stadium, and threw a fastball at free speech, right at the head, free expression, to suppress the vote in America's second largest city. Just did that today. People in tactical gears.
Hello, Eva Walker. We're listening to Gavin Newsom. This was his speech that he did last night after the Proposition 50 in California had passed. We're just listening to some of what he had to say.
Sent out to intimidate a community that is already on edge. But you see, as we speak, people are still in line. People waiting up 3 hours to cast their vote.
When I went to vote on yesterday, the lines were very long. They were very, very long. So I am grateful to everyone who went and got in line and, sacrificed their time. I sacrificed my lunch at work yesterday to go.
Send a message to Donald Trump. No crowns, no thrones, no kings. That's what this victory represents. It's a victory for the people of the state of California and the United States of America. And this is a victory that's punctuated with a sober reminder that it's not just the actions.
This was a victory for the people of the United States. California led the charge. They led the charge. And we are truly grateful for California for leading that charge. As you see, this is what the map looked like. We won't forget the map that made the left cry is what the people keep posting. But Gavin responded with what he was trying to do. This is what he's trying to do. It don't matter what y'all did. And then the White House posted Make America Great Again yesterday after the election results came in, and Galvin said, we just did. When I tell you he is my favorite troll, he is my favorite troll. I believe Donald Trump cheated to win the presidential election. We all do, I believe. I believe the majority of Americans believe that something that was not the voters caused him to be elected again. I think we all do. I'm telling you, when I tell you Governor Newsom be really doing something, Newsom was right about everything. Baby, when I tell you he be trolling Trump, just be trolling. This is his page. This is his Twitter. Baby, he be over there trolling. And then Galvin, of course, sent out some congratulations to the next governor of New Jersey. He went on and on and on. When I tell you, I enjoy watching Governor Gavin just really, really be. When I say he trolls them, he really be trolling. He don't give a flip what they talking about. He gonna get out here and say what he gonna say. Let me see where I wanted to run to next. Let's go over here to talk about Proposition 50, and then we're going to go back to election results, if y'all don't mind. I got some time today because guess what? I'm at home sick. Let's get him up. This is TikTok. This is a guy
coming out of California where
This is a guy by the name of Aaron.
We have huge.
Aaron, let's see what his name is. I think it's Spence. It's Partners. Aaron Partners, and he does a lot of political stuff on TikTok, and I enjoy watching him. Let's give him a listen.
Breaking news coming out of California where Prop 50 has officially passed. A major win for Democrats, a major win for California Governor Gavin Newsom, as California residents have voted yes to pass Prop 50, a ballot initiative that will redraw congressional maps in California and will net Democrats up to 5, potentially more congressional seats in the House of Representatives in the next year's midterm elections. This is a major victory and arguably one of the biggest victories for Democrats tonight, because it will ensure that Democrats completely counter what Texas Republicans have done in terms of gerrymandering their state earlier this year. Democrats and really California residents turned out huge today, and Prop 50 has officially passed, and it's expected to pass by a wide margin. I will continue to provide you updates as always, so spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, as always, linked in bio. Subscribe for.
Shout out to Aaron for that. Like I said, Proposition 50 was a go. I am so proud of California for doing what they had to do. I have a lot of family members in California. I call them Calawakis. I have them all over, from Oakland to San Jose to Long Beach, San Diego, Los Angeles, Inglewood, Beverly Hills. I got cousins all over the California first cousins, second cousins. They all over there. So I am proud of y'all, baby. I am so proud of y'all for doing what you had to do to help save humanity and democracy. I am greatly appreciated. It was long here in Texas. Texas always a disappointment, but I am going to keep voting. You know what, Eva Walker? Let's talk about Texas. I voted yesterday because I am a Texan. I am a native Texan. And let's see, where's my AP? Don't tell me. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's go back to the Associate Press. I voted yesterday in Texas, and what we were voting on yesterday was propositions, but I don't know how many people did not realize one of the propositions was that it gave Greg Abbott the control to be able to replace the two general people that sit on the Supreme Court with two of his personally appointed people. The verbiage was so off in the on the ballot, I think people didn't really know what they were voting on. I think a lot of people also went to the polling place and didn't know what was on the ballot. I talked to several people in the area where I was standing, and they was like, "Oh, we really didn't know." I talked to a young lady last night online that that frequent one of their churches. That's at one of our sister churches. And she said the same thing. I didn't know what I was voting. I was in there just, trying to read it and make sense. It didn't really make a lot of sense. Before I went, me and my brother sat down. We went over every proposition. We had made us a cheat sheet, what we were for, what we were against. When we went in, it made voting so much easier. That's why I encourage you to go to those websites where you vote. Vote.org or whatever it is in your state. Look at it. They give you a sample ballot of what will be in your area. Print off that sample ballot, read through every one of the amendments, Google them if you must. There is a website that is always going to break down that verbiage for you, and you are going to be able to tell what you're going in there, and you can make a uniform and a great decision, because you want your decisions to be conscious. You don't want to go in there and just be putting something on a ballot and you don't know what you're actually voting for. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we kind of missed the mark on. A lot of people did not know what they were voting for. So back to the election results. Let's see. More November 4th races. Virginia governor, we already talked about that. Virginia lieutenant governor, Hashami, I believe is who that is. Let me see. Hashami is a Democrat, and he won by 55.2%. Virginia Attorney General, that was the lieutenant, was Hashami. The Attorney General is Jones, who is also a Democrat, won by 52.7%. Cincinnati mayor, looks like that person is an NP. So I guess that means that they were independent. Is that what we're going to say? Wasn't even a close race either. Atlanta Mayor Dickens. I don't know. Andre Dickens, is he a Democrat? Let me Google. I think he's a Democrat. I may be wrong. Yes, he is a Democrat. So they reelected him. Andre Dickens. He held his seat. So I guess he's an incumbent. This is some type of question. This ballot measure will require, Maine's question 1. Ballot will require voters to show a photo identification, require absentee voters to submit a written application before each election, and limit the number of ballot drop boxes to 1 per municipality. It came through as a big no. You're not going to be fooling us with these little crazy things that you want to do. You know what? Texas had one of those kind of things on the ballot, which made 0 sense, but it passed. It made 0 sense. Detroit Mayor Mary Sheffield, she won by 77 point 4%. So let's see who she is. Is she Mary Sheffield? Is she a Democrat? It doesn't say. She's the first female mayor, that's for sure. I'm trying to see if she's Democrat. Oh, come on. Looks like she's probably Democrat. It's not really showing me, and I'm scanning through. Um, but the current governor, Mike Duggan, decided he would not run for re-election. So she ran and she won. First female mayor in Detroit, baby. Come on, Detroit. Step up to the podium, baby. Yes. Welcome, Detroit. Let's see. I'm still not seeing what she is. Oh, she is a member of the Democratic Party. All right. I don't know what this NP is, Chad. Y'all gonna have to break this down for us. A New Jersey governor, Mike Sherrill. He's Democrat. He won. I think we've already kind of gone over there. New Jersey mayor, James Solomon won. Looks like that was pretty close. So they may have to have a runoff. They may have to have a runoff because they may, I think most of them required to have so many. Pittsburgh mayor Corey O'Connor won, a Democrat out of Pittsburgh. Oh, when I tell you, y'all did y'all thug this. Let me scroll on down here to Texas. Wait a minute, let me stop at Georgia. Georgia just talked about what they did. Texas 18th District Representative Sylvester Turner passed away. We talked about that a couple of months ago, if not more. They had to re-elect a person for them. I'm not sure if they even voted for anybody for him. I did not know, but we're going to find out before it's over. But Proposition 15 for Texas, this measure added language to the state constitution affirming that parents are the primary decision makers for their children and bear the responsibility to nurture and protect their children. Y'all, when I read that, it puzzled me because I'm like, there has to be more to this than what was being said. But that's all they gave us was that right there, which didn't make a whole lot of sense. Proposition 16, this measure added language to the state constitution, explicitly stating people must be citizens of the United States to vote in Texas. It did not mention that you had to have an ID, none of those things. So if they add any more verbiage to that after the election, that would be wild. But overall, I think yesterday was a great day to be an American citizen. I believe democracy won. I believe the Democrats, the people spoke and said that we are not going to allow this world to be just taken over without having some type of voice and reasoning in Washington to keep us afloat. Let's see what else there is. Let's talk about Texas. Since we own Texas, let's go over here and let's talk about what Greg Abbott been over here having a meltdown on his ex. 2 hours ago, he posted the battle lines between capitalism and socialism were clearly drawn last night. Texas is now the revealed HQ or headquarters for capitalism in the United States. Girl, if we cannot hurry to get you out of office, you got to go. We let the country in finance sector, employment, and new stock exchanges. Capitalism always prevails. Capitalism has lifted more people out of what? Out of poverty than all of the social programs in the world. Guess what capitalism has done? It's got these people on food stamps and they can't hold down a job because Walmart is busy while they are making millions and billions of dollars every year. They ain't paying their people a livable wage. Let's talk about your capitalism. We will secure capitalism for the future of the country and deny the expansion of socialism that is creeping across the USA. 14 hours ago, it is now in our constitution that only U.S. citizens can vote in Texas election. That's been in our constitution. That's nothing new. And then he says 17 hours ago, join me for a moment of silence for New York City. Thoughts and prayers. Somebody go check on Greg Abbott because he is clearly over there having a whole meltdown. He is clearly not thinking clearly. He's clearly projecting. He's clearly doing all the things that most people go to pat his sales for. So we need him to chill out. Child, I don't know what Greg Abbott is talking about, but I want to go here. And I want to share this lady right here. She actually is going to talk a little bit about Greg Abbott. Let me see if this is her. Here we go.
We've got ours. And
Let's start over.
all right, y'all, blessed be the fruit. It is election day across the country today. We've got ours in Texas. We've got our amendments, and then some cities have their own things that are on the ballot. And Gregory Wayne Abbott is not really focusing too much on our election. No. He's got other things on his mind. So last night, Gregory Wayne Abbott posted on the cesspool that is Twitter that he will put a 100% tariff on any New Yorkers who moved to Texas after tonight's election.
Can anyone explain to me how you put tariffs on a United States citizen for moving from one state to another? I got questions. I just got questions. If y'all know the answers, I would love to hear them. But moving forward.
Why? Why you're asking? Let me tell you. I have to read the name. This is in response to the fact that the Democrat and Muslim, which is relevant in this context based on the disgustingness I read on Threads today, his name is Zohran Mamdani. Mamdani. That's fine. Mamdani. I like saying that. Anyway, he is the front runner for mayor in New York City. And he will do things for New York City that Greg Abbott would never do for Texans. He wants to have free public transit for people. Universal child care.
New York's new mayor wants to have universal health care for New York citizens. Yo, what kind of person would not want that? Who would not want that? There is no way you can believe that capitalism keeps you moving forward when other countries who are just as healthy as the American citizens are, maybe not as rich, maybe not, but most countries have universal health care. That is, I believe, the least you can also offer your citizens, especially when you continue to take money from them. It would actually reduce healthcare prices. So much can come from universal healthcare. So much.
So not only will they support you whether you do or do not want to have a baby, but if you do, say, hey, I want to have this baby, they're like, here's some child care that you can afford. Novel idea. He will freeze rent on rent-stabilized apartments. Do I know what that means? No. I only know that Monica had really cheap rent on Friends because she lived in her grandma's apartment.
He wants to provide health care, and he wants to put a freeze on rent for income-based apartments.
That was like rent stabilized or something like that. I don't know. Somebody who knows some city stuff, come tell me. If you need advice on your backyard chickens, I've got you. Okay? If you need advice on your rent stabilized apartment, you need to go somewhere else.
When I tell you this lady right here, she was funny, but everything she said was the truth. Everything she said was the truth. Let's go over here and look at the mayor of New York and what he had to say yesterday. Where's my sound?
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants. We will put an end to the culture of corruption that has allowed billionaires like Trump to evade taxation and exploit tax breaks. We will stand alongside unions and expand labor protections because we know, just as Donald Trump does, working people have ironclad rights, the bosses who seek to extort them become very small indeed. New York will remain a city of immigrants, a city built by immigrants, powered by immigrants, and as of tonight, led by an immigrant.
And that, my dear, is why they're mad. They are mad because this man is an immigrant. Is his name Zoran? I think it's Zoran. Let me look it up. Zoran Kwame Mamdani. He's an American politician who is the mayor-elect, or he is the mayor now elect of New York City, a member of the Democratic Party and the Democratic Socialist of America. He serves as a member of the New York State Assembly for the 36th District since 2021, representing the Queens neighborhood of Astoria. I think it's Zoran. He was born in Kampala, Uganda. And that, my dear, is why they're angry. They are angry. They are angry. They are angry. I don't think anything's going to help them with their angriness, but they are still mad. And all we can do for them is wish them good luck. Shout out to Jamie. That's me for that one. I really feel like that the election last night was really one for the books. It was a great election. I believe, again, America has spoken, and I believe America has said what it wanted to say. Let's just scroll through TikTok for a minute, and let's see what they over there running they jabber jaws about. Let's see. We'll go to this one.
Donald Trump has reportedly been threatened by the Almighty, and Washington is in shock. Earlier today, a presidential advisor confirmed in a press statement from the White House garden that President Trump received an unexpected phone call this morning. The other
chat, we don't care. We don't care. We do not care. We do not care. I thought that was about the terrorist chat. You talk about something that we do not care. We do not care. We do not care. We can do not care. None of this. We don't care about none of that. Let me stop sharing that. Let me see if I can find the one on the tariffs. Because there has been the Supreme Court actually met this morning about the tariffs. Oh, first let's do that. Let's listen at this. Let me see if I can pull it up. About the gentleman we just got through talking about. And MAGA is calling for this guy to be arrested.
So it does appear that not only is the Midas Touch journalist being threatened with arrest, it also is one of the largest TikTokers on here is Aaron Parnas. Now, Aaron Parnas gives the news constantly, and he gives it fairly and squarely, folks. He does. He's very passionate about what he does because this is not a job that he would need. He's 20.
So where's the young man I just showed? Oh, let me see. Oh, I think I must have taken him down. Aaron Potter's the guy who he does a lot of political things, and MAGA they want him found and arrested because they don't like what he got to say. So we did freedom of speech. Get you locked up. You're not threatening anybody. You're just giving out what you're seeing in the news, and now they want you arrested. Child, it's just too much. It's just too much. Too much. Too much. But yeah, we don't care about Donald Trump getting no phone calls or none of that. Let's watch this really quick, and then we're gonna get off of this live. I think we've talked enough about the election. I think we have, but
given out when. Can you help clear up some confusion about SNAP benefits? Because the president just posted that they will only be given out when the radical left Democrats open the government. and not before. But just yesterday, the administration said it would comply with a court order to expend the full amount of SNAP contingency funds by end of business day yesterday. So
the young lady with the blonde hair that is standing alone, she is the White House press secretary.
did the administration distribute that money or defy that court order?
No, the administration is fully complying with the court order. I just spoke to the president about it. The recipients of these SNAP benefits need to understand it's going to take some time to receive this money because the Democrats have forced the administration into a very
the Democrats forced it. That is their fault. The Democrats.
Tenable position. We are digging into a contingency fund that is supposed to be for emergencies.
This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Catastrophes for war. And the president does not want to have to tap into this.
This is war. Y'all have declared, the Republicans have declared war on the United States citizens. Tap into it, baby. Tap, tap, tap.
Fund in the future, and that's what he was referring to in his Truth Social post. So the Department of Agriculture, as for the latest SNAP payment and the judge's order,
she always thinks she know what he was referring to. Girl, how you know that's what he was referring to? Are you inside of his brain? Oh, I wish I had a brain. Oh my God.
Put out guidance to states today on how to get that money to the recipients of SNAP. But it's going to take some time. The best way to get the full amount of SNAP benefits to those beneficiaries is for Democrats to reopen the government. So
could the reason why there not be money sent out more or faster or more efficiently because the administration has been tapping into that particular budget? Things that make you go,
anyone who is a SNAP beneficiary at home who needs that assistance, and the president was just saying, this is for people who are truly needy, who need food.
Most people who get SNAP benefits go through a process of elimination of whether or not they qualify or not. I'm just telling you. I believe there are people who sit at a desk, they go through some papers, they type some stuff into the computer, and they decide how much money people get. There's some other things I want to talk about when it comes to SNAP benefits, but I don't think we have enough time to do that today. But there has been studies proving that different ethnicities get different amounts when they have the same amount of income, same amount of children in the same house, in different households, and one may be getting 800, the other may be getting 1,200. But let her finish talking, because baby, she is the know-it-all because she is the press secretary.
Who need this assistance from the United States government. Democrats are holding it up.
It's the Democrats. How many times she has said Democrats so far? There's 3, I believe.
And making it difficult for the administration to get those payments out the door. So if you are at home,
the Democrats are holding it up because they need at least 46 of the Democrats to slide on over here and agree with this BS they try to sell us.
And you want your SNAP benefits, call the Democrats and tell them to reopen the government.
Blocking that contingency fund.
You better call Tyrone. Tell him to come over.
For the future, if this shutdown lingers on.
Look, the president does not want to have to continue to dip into a contingency fund that doesn't even have enough money, by the way, to fund the full.
Why doesn't it have enough money? Why does this contingency budget not have enough money? Why is the ballroom taking up the, what happened to the money?
Program. It takes $9 billion to get the full scale of the benefits out the door. This contingency fund only has about $5 billion in it. So again, Democrats need to reopen the government so we can get these benefits out the door for people who truly need them.
Okay, we're gonna rewind some things.
Seriously, you're making me.
Let's just make sure that we're understanding this clearly. The House is ran by the Republicans, right? The House, the Senate, Congress, the upper and the lower are majority Republicans. If you have the House, you have the Congress, you got the president, you've stacked the Supreme Court. The why in the world is anybody holding you up from doing what you need to do? Ciao. Moving forward. Hello, Queen Script. All in unity, they do blame the Democrats for everything. I said over and over, I disagree with some of the things the Democrats do. I disagree with some of the things the Republicans do. I pretty much am more independent, but I lean closer to Democratic views just based on was the better good. But yeah, they blame Democrats for everything. No one gets away with anything with it. Nothing. They want to blame everything since Trump has been in office has always been about what he's done. About what the left has done or the Democrats has done or Obama. And Obama ain't been president in 8 years. Well, probably 9. It's always about Obama, Biden. It's always about something crazy. Me too, Queen Script. I feel great after this. We went over the election results. We talked about them, about how many mayors. The Democrats did a lot of clean sweeps around here. Mayors, governors. Georgia, I am super proud of Georgia for getting out there doing what they needed to do. I'm independent as well, but they have truly blamed everything on the Democrats. Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. The Dems argue. The Dems argument no longer it doesn't work anymore. I think in the very fact that they say that African Americans tend to vote just with people just because they're African American, that did not ring true with Virginia. They were upset because no one was voting for Earl Sears, but Earl Sears was out here spazzing out in the streets and everybody could see it. Who want to vote for that? I mean, good Lord, we don't vote for you just because you look like me. We brown girls. We don't do that. We pretty much vote based on character, right? We voted for Obama. It was because his character was good. He had a strong character. He articulated well, and he pretty much did what he said he would do. He missed the mark on some things, but he hit it the most. The pubs are in control. It was best for Dems to be quiet while they destroy. Exactly. And we are sitting here right now watching them eat each other up. They are literally, because no one knows what they're going to do. What's his name? Johnson. That's who I was intending to show. Johnson this morning went live and he, Democrats. You are the Speaker of the House. That means you have control. You have the majority rules, right? So why in the world are you busy blaming? You should be busy making solutions, making corrective actions, doing whatever you need to do to make things right. If that means bending on one side, let me see if I can find him real quick. He went live yesterday and just I don't know if this is it. 3 hours ago. This is it. Yeah. That's today. Let's watch it real quick before we talk about Kentucky, and then we're gonna get on off this live.
An avowed, openly proclaimed socialist has been elected as the mayor of America's largest city. Zoran Mondani is without a doubt the biggest win for socialism in the history of the country, and it is.
And we love it. We love it. Not so much that he is a socialist, but the very fact that this gentleman puts the needs of others first. Whereas you capitalism believing people want to put the needs of big pharma, big buildings, big industry, big whatever, warehouses over the needs of the people. And we can't do that because the needs of the people is who's funding all of this big, the big, beautiful bill. We are. You see what this guy said on the first thing? He says, they're big mad. You're big mad.
The biggest loss for the American people. He is truly a committed Marxist. And the results of that
never will be a loss, baby. Losing would be getting rid of something that we value. Getting rid of the mayor who I believe did he just not run again? What was the reason why New York City, did their mayor die? I'm not sure. Whatever it is, baby, it was not a loss. I think New York just won.
race tell you everything you need to know about where the Democrats and their party are headed. From the backbench to their leadership, Democrats have fallen in line behind the socialist candidates. Hakeem Jeffries, as you know, is the highest-ranking Democrat in the House. He gave his full blessing to Mondani and his socialist agenda.
We all gave our full blessing to Mondani. We all did. As you see, this second comment over here says democratic socialism is not the same as communism or Marxism. This is just more fear-mongering from Johnson to distract you. Release the Epstein files. That's what you'd be worried about. Johnson.
Chuck Schumer, the highest-ranking Democrat in the Senate and the highest-ranking Jewish leader in America, flirted with endorsing Mandami all the way.
So what? We as American citizens find that there are far more pressing issues than to care about whether Schumer or anyone else was endorsing Mandami or anyone else. We don't care. We don't care, Johnson. You need to find you something better to do with your life.
To the bitter end for the first time in American history.
Yeah, when I tell you this man right here makes my whole right side itch. He does. It makes me itch. I got so tired of seeing Earl Sears commercials. She with the I am speaking was driving. Oh my God. When I tell you that lady, I don't know. She probably should be committed. Maybe it's something in the milk that she drank or the water. I don't know. But she would get out there and go off on people. Sometimes people would be aggravating her, so I can kind of understand why she went off. But a lot of times she would just be out there flipping out on people for no reason. And that I don't understand. Let's move forward because we've already been on here an hour and 18 minutes. Let's talk about what happened in Kentucky on yesterday. Let's see if we can watch this video.
At approximately 5:14 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, UPS Flight 2976 from Louisville, Kentucky to Honolulu, Hawaii, an MD-11 with 3 crew members on board was involved in a catastrophic crash here in Louisville adjacent to our airport. At this time, we've got some initial numbers, but let me tell you, I expect them to grow. Right now, we believe we have at least 3 fatalities. So I believe that number is going to get larger. We have at least 11 injuries, some of them very significant, that are being treated by local hospitals. Again, I think that number will get larger. Anybody who has seen the images and the video know how violent this crash is.
This will be an ongoing active scene for the next several days. We don't know how long it's going to take to render that scene safe for the investigation to take place.
Bro, like turn around. Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy.
There was a plane that was getting ready to take off that actually witnessed that. Yep. So sad. Praying for that city in Kentucky, for the families who lost loved ones on that plane. So sad. They showed a 18-wheeler who was actually had his camera on, who recorded it as it flew in front of him and crashed. So sad. Anyway, he's a crooked cop. Who we talking about? Queen's Crib. Yeah, you see, oh my gosh, it was all in unity. When I tell you, my heart just aches for the people who have lost their lives and their family members. It was just super sad. Swear, oh yeah, Johnson that's what he needs to be doing. He needs to be swearing in that lady, the congresswoman from Arizona. He don't need to be worried about nothing but that. He need to get that Bible. He can go down there and let the lady put her hand, whatever they be doing that. You can go down. That's what you need to do, boy. That's what you need to do. You worry about the wrong thing. So we are not Israel. We are the USA. We are. So the very fact that they are sitting over there upset because this gentleman won the mayor's race in New York, Chad, just go ahead and scratch your booty, and get glad. Just go ahead and just scratch your booty, and get glad. That's it. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining the live. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If no one today told you that they love you, guess what? I love you. Even though I don't know you, I love you with the love of the Lord. And there ain't nothing you and nobody else can do about it. Y'all have a great day. And I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.